And I can't tell you, one of the things that always excites me when I'm here, when folks come up and say, I'm a season ticket holder X years. Yes, this year you're coming, and let's bring somebody with you too. Because to have such a great fan base in our region, I've got to put a product you're excited about. Don't worry about our students. We'll get those cats there. We need you guys in the backyard. Our best alumni base is right here. And we need you cats to bring some people with you down, not just to that tailgate, but walk in there and get behind us and help us kick some butt this year, because we got a great schedule for you. All right? Thanks. Don had mentioned we played 32 freshmen. It wasn't by design. I think you look at the dynamics of our team, the best recruiting classes were the last previous years. And our staff has had very little part of that. So that's not, hitting our chest. The best players we've recruited has been since the donations and funds to build a phenomenal facility. And as we showed those guys a great campus, great academics, a great environment, one of the greatest college towns in the country, and now we're showing them some facilities to train and to improve your craft, recruiting's picked up. We did play 32 freshmen, 16 true freshmen, 16 redshirt freshmen. They're actually some of our best players, and that excites us. They're not as good as we want yet, though. Just because you played as a freshman that doesn't mean you're going to be a good sophomore. It means you played, you've got the experience. The greatest thing about playing freshmen, they understand what they lack. They understand they're not strong enough, big enough, not tough enough. My body doesn't hold up for 16, 17, 18 weeks of slamming it into people at a violent rate. That being said, it's a lot easier to coach freshmen once they've played. They're better in the weight room, they're better eating, they're better going to class. They play. And so we love playing freshmen. We don't promise those guys, but we're excited. Our recruiting, I think, is going very, very well. This past year, we signed 7 JCs. Let's don't get a bad issue of 7 JCs. 4 of those guys were academic qualifiers out of high school. One of them was class president of his junior college. I mean, a couple of those cats are really pretty good students. There's a stigma with JC. I needed some mature kids because we have a void. We've lost a few guys. So instead of taking a young guy and, needing a year or two, I needed a guy a little bit more mature, a little bit more ready to flow. So we got 7 JC cats. 6 of them were there in spring. All of them did reasonably well. We're not guaranteeing anybody. When you're 1-11, no one has a guaranteed starting job. So they're not guaranteed, promised anything, but they're bringing a lot to the table that we like. 6 of those guys on defense and a junior college quarterback we like. 2 linebackers we especially like. So 7 junior college players, 18 high school recruits, 8 of which are from the state of Indiana. 11 are offensive players, 14 defense. We are working the state pretty hard with walk-ons. And some of you guys go to schools where there's some kids that got great ties to Indiana. Mom and dad, family, brothers, someone's an IU person. And they don't get a full ride somewhere, and they're coming to Bloomington. If they're athletic enough, I'm talking to Bo Pelini the other day, and he says, don't undervalue your walk-ons. It helps us tremendously. People say you're not going to win the Big Ten walk-ons. He goes, no, but we practice better. We got a better program. Coach, Mr. Glass told me about a month ago, he said, I'm talking to Barry Alvarez. Tell Kevin one advice I'll give him, don't undervalue walk-ons and what they can bring to your program. Our guys, like I said, are in May evaluation. We got camps coming up early in June. That's a good opportunity last year, majority of these kids from Indiana that we signed came to camp. We'll work those guys hard to come for one practice at camp so we can work with those guys. We don't have spring ball up here, so we need those men at camp. But that's what's going on in recruiting. This year coming up, and I can't be specific, but this is a very, 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 very good year in the state of Indiana for high school recruiting. Very good year. There's as many good players this year, and I think that's a part of this building and the Colts and their success. The great run of Peyton Manning and the Super Bowl championships and the Big Ten championship coming here and the Super Bowl being here helps high school football. And we're in a phenomenal basketball environment, but high school football has grown tremendously well. There's some great players in the state. To get those guys in state, we're working it hard now. We got Indiana State at home. We got 12 games this year, 6 at home, 6 on the road. This is the second year in a row, 6. Next year, there'll be 8 home games in 2013. And 8 home games in 2 years. This year, only 6. We have Indiana State in our opener. We have Ball State game 3. We got a UMass trip. Anybody interested in going to Martha's Vineyard? Take your bride up there. We won't be doing that, but you guys have at it. Be a great weekend. We're playing in the Patriots facility. So we're going to play in a pro venue. We got Indiana State game 1, Ball State coming in game 3. Our Big Ten schedule is Michigan State at home, Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Iowa. 4 tremendous programs, and you want to play them in your house. If you're going to beat those cats, right now is when you beat them at your place. When they're in that crappy visiting locker room, staying in that dumpy hotel, and we got a great crowd coming out of the tailgate and get behind the team. This is the year you beat those guys. It's not, I mean, seriously. I mean, everybody, I said that schedule. I threw that schedule out at an event about a month ago, and some of the crowd moaned. I said, trust me, we'd rather play at our place than go to theirs. It's a good gig. It's a tremendous challenge. It's a phenomenal opportunity. Take advantage of it. There are going to be some exciting games. We do have 3 great local trips now going to Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern. So you got 9 games. It's not hard to get to if you live in Indianapolis. So I hope to see you at a boatload of those. Last thing, wrapping it up. Here's what we've done since the season. Hit the weight room pretty hard. Hit it Monday after the Purdue game. 5 days that week. Had 3 weeks. We lifted through final exam Friday night before Christmas. Whether they were done with finals or not. We took a lift on Friday and then let them go home. Because everybody else in the Big Ten was in a bowl game. We had to take advantage of getting our team stronger. Came back after Christmas and challenged our guys with we're going to have a combine, a bench press competition like they do here at the combine. Had to put 225 on the bar, load it up. You get on that bar and that thing goes up, it doesn't go up. Our kids did a nice job in that 7-week cycle. Had a chance watching Coach Crean one day with his program, had a group called The Program. It's a team-building leadership deal, and stumbled into watching them work with their basketball team. We brought this group in early. It was a tremendous leadership opportunity for our team. Best thing we've done since I've been here, getting our players to take ownership of guys doing well. And when a guy doesn't go to class on time, it affects you. So did a great job with that program. We've carried that program through our whole spring off the season and what's going on. We had 7 weeks of lifting after that combine, or hard lifting, hard running. Pretty intense, pretty competitive. Much better than last year. Got a little bit stronger. Went into 15 spring practices, and when we practice in the spring, we go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, every other day, and then we lift on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we do that because we still need to develop. We're a developmental program. So 3 days a week we lifted. We finished post-spring with 2 weeks of lifting and running with the kids throwing on their own, and we did that combine again. And that combine, we did that bench press January 16th. We did it again on April the 28th. We increased by 115 reps of 225. That's 25,875 pounds. For you concrete guys, that's more than pushing 12 and a half tons. All right? Pushing 13. All right? I mean, that's now, that ain't as good as we need to be. But that's what a team that's 1-11 needs to do. It needs to get better. It needs to get stronger. So again, I saw some significant improvement this spring, a boatload of work left to be done. And this, to me, for us, is our battle year, where we got to fight. Because I'm telling you, there's enough good young players, we're going to have some success. But we can't have a hiccup in the cycle and cycle back down. Quality programs are consistent. That means they repeat it over and over and over. And I think this, even though I know the product better, and much more in direction on where we need to go, this is a huge year for Indiana football to get to where we need it to be. And that being said, we need you. We don't only need you coming here with your support, okay? We need you guys, as far as financially, yes. But we need your passion and excitement of IU football, because we have everything in place in that program that we should be good. So I need you guys at those games rocking and rolling. And every time you're talking to someone, talk about, you can laugh at us, but we're coming. Because I'm telling you, there's a chip on our shoulder. There's something to prove, and it's not a flash. Talked to EG about it the other day. It's not a flash. Anybody can get lucky and win, but when you win, it's what you're capable of. Very good and great teams repeat it over and over. This is a huge year. Not putting pressure on us. We need to win. We need a great recruiting class, and we need your help. It's great to be with you. This is the best we got here at Indiana, right here in Indianapolis. So appreciate you being here. Thanks.